is to provide mentorship programs, very, very deliberate mentorship programs, especially the girls. I can tell you that right now at the university, we're battling with very many vices. Vices that come from the fact that parents are no longer parenting, so the burden sits on us. We have the issue of drugs, we have the issue of sexual engagement at an early age, which is very worrying. And we also have students who just don't care. They feel entitled. We're battling with those ones. As a faculty dean, I have, in the Faculty of Commerce, which is the largest faculty at MUBS, I have 3,400 students under my watch. And I have 134 staff who, many of them have been students before. So we have seen many of these vices. So we are also dealing with them. So we're not just mentoring them to be a great person in the financial sector, a change maker in the space, but we're also telling them that the part of discipline and the part of engagement in different networks that we get them to get connected to, understanding the value of life is going to make them thrive in the professional space. So I want to say that we now have a multi-pronged view of curriculum and also engagement of our young people within the universities. I'll pause there and we'll speak about other aspects as the conversation goes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rachel, for demystifying academia and also showing us the relationship within the financial services sector, but also for encouraging the students to open SCD accounts. And I hope that student of yours in the audience has opened an SCD.
You may make her fail her coursework, we don't know.
Right, okay. So we'll move on to, from the regulatory perspective, we have heard from academia, and we have Allison from CMA. And Allison would like to know what role do you believe that the capital market plays in promoting financial inclusion, especially for women who have been, for long, been excluded from the investment landscape?
Thank you, Jacinta. Against Dr. Rachel's advice, I'm going to risk and say good morning. I hope I get a response.
Morning.
Thank you. I just want to first start by saying I'm delighted to be here, and especially to witness the signing of the WEPs by 10 new companies. Sophie, we were together when Kathy, we were together when Stanbic first signed the WEPs, and part of the team that went on to encourage at least 7 listed companies to sign the WEPs. So it's a real honor to be here to witness this milestone of the 10 companies. I'd like to say congratulations to the exchange, the team, and congratulations to the companies. And for the UN Women, I look forward to the accountability portion of this journey so that we can crystallize the commitments that we started 6-7 years ago. Now, on the issue of regulation, I think it has been a consistent narrative for every speaker to talk about the bias that we've had to overcome in the different areas that we are operating in, including our chief guest who talked about own biases that she has experienced personally. And I would say capital markets for a long time has faced a bias around it being an exclusive club, a club for the wealthy. And that comes with disadvantages for those that have historically been left behind from an economic perspective, women being majority. Now, as capital markets, what are we doing from a regulatory point of view? As we know, the capital markets is twofold. You have the issue of access to capital, and then you have the issue of being able to participate in the investment opportunities within the market. So in terms of access to capital, we do have a regulatory framework that takes into consideration unique investment models that would target those that would ordinarily be excluded from accessing capital in the conventional space. So we have a framework for instance, venture capital funds, and these will target those categories of people that would not ordinarily be served by the conventional capital service providers. We have a registered capital fund, Inua Capital, and it is specifically targeting women entrepreneurs and women-led businesses. I'm aware that they've so far provided capital to at least 4 women-led businesses. And for us as a regulator, we feel that that is a huge contribution, being able to provide that framework to support that, that delivery of capital. We've also, for a while now, partnered with the EU in delivering the Deal Flow Facility Program. This is a program that provides technical capacity, but also match makes those that are looking for capital and those that, are able to provide capital. And so far, I believe at least 38, just this year alone, at least 38 businesses have been able to access capital through that program. And some of these businesses are women-led businesses. And so we feel that from a regulator's point of view, that is progress in terms of encouraging inclusion in accessing capital. We also have an issuer resource program. Now, what this issuer resource program does is to reach out to different categories of entrepreneurs, different businesses, to help them understand the opportunities in the capital markets, because we really sell long-term patient capital. We are not necessarily competing with the banks, so you can be at peace. But we try to help businesses understand that there are different types of capital that you need at different stages of your business developing. And this issuer resource program has also identified those specific businesses that would need a little more nudge, women-led businesses being part of this. So that is another area I would highlight in terms of what we are doing to support access to capital. Now, the second arm, when it comes to being able to provide an opportunity, an equal opportunity for people to participate in the investment opportunities, we do have an investor resource program. Now, just this year alone, I was looking at the numbers, we've been able to reach at least 13 million people, individuals, just telling them about the opportunities that are available in the capital markets. Last week, I believe the team was in Moroto. You can imagine they went as far as Moroto and talked to the people there about capital markets and the opportunities that are there in the capital markets. There was about 1,500 individuals that showed up, and at least 30% of those were women. So that is progress. In addition, I believe, to the progress, the CEO of the Securities Exchange talked about the 20%. I think that is progress. And we believe, as a regulator, that is an area we support in terms of inclusion. We also look at looking at investment opportunities that are able to accommodate people at their different levels, and that is why we have been able to, we've tried as much as possible to support products like the collective investment schemes, because you realize certain categories of people have, they don't have regular incomes, and this is one of the areas that the bulk of the women would fall. The lack of regular income. So you're able to provide a flexible investment model that can accommodate not only the flexibility of investing as and when you have the money, but also a lower threshold, because you can invest as little as 10,000 Uganda shillings, 5,000 Uganda shillings. I don't know if there's anything lower than that you can advise through your platform.
No, not currently.
Okay. But those are some of the areas where we're supporting in and that are currently happening. and I'll be happy to talk about what is in the pipeline, but I'll stop here for now.
Right. Thank you so much, Allison. It's good to hear that indeed the initiatives that are being taken on by the CMA, and you've heard you can invest with as low as 10,000. So this is not a club for the wealthy. We are demystifying all those myths. You've heard about the deal flow facility, the issuer resource program, the investor resource program. Generally, you have heard of all those opportunities. So while we are on this, Kathy would like to hear from